What if the world you know was upside down? Not sideways, but upside down. What would you think that would happen if your world turned upside down? Not much would change, but some things would. The United States and Canada and Russia would be at the bottom of the world, while Antarctica would be at the top. The top of the world, and South America, Africa, and Australia would be in the center of the world, except for not being in the south. Because the tips of Argentina, South Africa, and Australia, and New Zealand are usually near Antarctica, but like they're usually at the bottom of the world. Now they're near the top. So what would happen to all of this? What if the world was like this? What would happen? First, a lot of things would start freezing. A lot of things would freeze. First, you would see a brush. I'm sorry, my dad's doing the lawn. Sorry. So, and then, look. The entire coast of Russia. It was already cold. But now the whole thing would be covered in ice. The entire north of Russia would be one big ice cube. Or frozen to bits. It'd be so cold that all the islands would form together, making a big area of land where any Russian could just walk. They could walk to the neighboring islands. It'd be that cold. The entire ocean up there would freeze. Like literally. This entire area would be cold. Even to here, it'd be freezing. All the way down. It'd be cold. The whole way. It'd be like literally a freezing iceberg. This whole area would be an iceberg. The entire thing would be a big iceberg. Along with most other things in the north area. Like Greenland and Iceland. Iceland would finally reach its name of Iceland, being at the bottom of the world. Finally reaching its name. But Greenland would be like Iceland too, because they would both be frozen. And even those of Norway, Sweden, and Finland would be froze. A good chunk of them, of Scandinavian countries, would be completely froze down under. Even Scotland would be frozen, with Northern Ireland and some of Ireland all being completely frozen underneath the intense snow. Would completely freeze them. Would freeze the entire island. Which would basically turn Greenland into the new Antarctica. Making the whole thing a big iceberg. But also connecting most land. Most things in the south, creating a big landmass in the south. Creating a big southern landmass. basically the new Antarctica. Even Canada's islands would be completely froze. Even to this tip. Be a frozen archipelago. Canada's island would be a frozen archipelago. With just islands. Just a bunch of islands covered in ice and snow. Look at that. Even most of Alaska would be cold. It's already cold there. Why not make it even colder? Like, literally. Like, the entire world would be a big iceberg. By that time. Literally all of northern Canada would be frozen. By that time, all of northern Canada, Sweden, Finland, and Norway, even touching Estonia and Latvia, be a big iceberg. Even northern Japan would be frozen. Even touching China would be just ice. And even touching Korea. Even touching the Korean Peninsula. Yeah, going as far as the Korean Peninsula. Being that cold. All of Russia would turn into an iceberg. Even with most of Mongolia and Kazakhstan. Even with a lot of Europe. Even a lot of Europe would be frozen. Look at that. Then, if you went to the select button, if I did this, if I clicked on the image, like if I click magic select, I shrinked it down to just this, to just the actual landmass itself, click next, click done. Rotated it back up to its original position again. This is what the world would look like, but completely undone from all of that destruction. Everything would be undone, completely unfreezing. All of that area would be unfroze. And then let me magic select it again. Next. Done. Turn it upside down. Oh, look behind it. And Antarctica wouldn't look like that. It's just it kind of broke in the middle of it. But look, this entire area would turn into a. Sorry, the screen just moved. A big, huge iceberg again. The entire thing would be a big, huge iceberg again. The entire thing would become an iceberg. That's what would happen if the world was turned upside down. Even here, it's really cold. Like in these areas, it's very cold. It's not that cold, but you get the point. Let's return everything. That's how. Okay. That's the end of this video, guys.